This podcast is a member of the Place to Be Nation family. Visit us at placetobenation.com, the only place to be in your pop culture world.
Place to Be Nation, welcome back and join us once again on the highway to the impact zone. I'm your host, Logan Crosland, and I would like to thank you for joining us for episode number 72, where we will be live watching the Go Home to Sacrifice 2006 that happened on May 11th, as well as a special bonus match that Mr. Souza has found for us. But let me now bring in my co-host and the guy who is crawling to the finish line of the school year. That's Jake Williams. How you doing, Jake?
I'm doing well. Things are getting a little nutty, but I'm ready for the podcast.
That may be a legit quote and a inside baseball quote there by Mr. Williams. So, but we'll get to that as we go on. But let's bring in our experts now. First, he is the most professional podcaster, and he is the guy who knows way too much about eels after his last visit to Pluto, and that's Matt Souza. How you doing, Matt?
Oh, I'm still mortified from that. You heard about Pluto? Everyone's monthly on the Jenny position. I was a guest on that show. It's a very good show. Please listen to it. I'm still emotionally scarred from what I watched. But speaking of emotionally scarring, let's watch some TNA, shall we?
Wow, sounds like a perfect way to end the night. And you noticed that I did say experts, so that with an S, because for the second episode in a row. And I didn't even make an old joke because I'm just so surprised and happy that he's here. Shawn Kidd, how you doing, Shawn?
Good evening, guys. Yeah, a special appearance here. I am very happy to be here. Lockdown had such an impact on me that I had to show up for the second time in a row. See what I did there? That was very professional what I just did. So happy to be here, though. Very happy. Well, kind of. It's impact after all.
Well, see, what I deduced in my mind is you talked so long ago about starting the Christian only pod. So, and our special match involves Christian. So I thought you were trying to use that as a soft pilot for that. So.
Well, it was not. However, it did entice me to be on here tonight when Matt threw that out. So thank you, Matt.
And again, to be clear, Christian only. It's about the wrestler Christian, not the religion.
Absolutely. 100%.
And it could also be another opportunity for me to recruit Jake to do that AWA 88.
Here we can't make it one goddamn podcast.
Sounds like a multi-level marker. Pitching the AWA pod.
All right, let's pivot. All right.
All right. Well, you're not helping my cause tonight by opening it up with the fucking Dudleys again, by the way.
Good Lord. All right. Well, as if everybody has the May 11th, 2006 episode pulled up, we will hit play in 3, 2, 1.
Oh, I thought I was already supposed to hit play. My bad.
Shawn, are you new at this?
I'm getting back into the thick of things after, I'm new to this again, remember?
Yeah, hit play when someone hits play. That's how that when someone
we always hit play at random times.
Been on pay-per-view-only contract, and we do start from the shoot on that. So,
well, great. I get to replay them coming out once again. So, fantastic.
Team 3D better than the AWA.
Disagree. I feel like this is how the show has started numerous times.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Brother Ray's shirt looks like a picnic blanket that my grandmother had when I was growing up.
It does.
Yeah.
I think he stole it out of Mick Foley's closet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, really.
The ricotta titties are looking not so ricotta tonight. I feel like they've had some suctioned out or something.
Yeah, he had a ricotta-plasty.
Yep. Ricotta-plasty.
I feel like the ricotta is hardened freshly in the refrigerator, is what I feel like.
Lactose section.
I bet he's saying something. I bet he's saying something stupid.
Is he challenging Team Canada again?
He is not. He actually is not.
Does he want a shot at the World Tag Team titles again?
He does. He is actually upset that the newly formed team of Danielson and Styles are getting a title shot at the pay-per-view, and they are not. Because they are the greatest tag team of all time.
Well, honestly,
was this recorded on Ash Wednesday? What the hell is on Bubba's forehead?
I noticed that too, man.
You were looking at that. I was looking at the chubby kid in the front row whose face is all beat red. I don't know what was going on.
No, Shawn, that's Bubba. That's Bubba.
Bubba's got that forehead scar that Brock Lesnar has on his forehead right now for the last few weeks after blading against Cody. That's what his head looks like right now.
I will say, Devon is looking very thinned out here. Thinned
Yoked.
out for Devon.
I think the word is yoked.
Yeah. But it's a different kind of yoked than he usually is.
Yeah, he looks jacked, but he's not quite as balloonish as he usually is,
Right.
I'll say.
He doesn't look. He hasn't swelled up like a water bug.
Are you saying he's coming off the gas?
He's yoked. He's so he switched from Michael Ricotta, now he's more of an aioli.
Yeah, now he's yoked. Yes.
Right. Yeah. He's more of a garlic based.
He's more of a feta cheese.
And Shawn, if you think Team 3D is bad, just wait and to see who comes out and interrupts.
Oh, for the love of fuck!
Hey, what are we doing?
Oh, right. This is the dream. This is the dream tag team match for the pay-per-view, right?
It sure is.
Ugh.
Oh my God.
More like a nightmare tag team match, huh, you guys?
You know, in 1997, this would have been a dream match.
Even that's a stretch.
For the time. Maybe 98.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Even in 98, though, the Dudleys
did happen
won.
in 2000, so.
Right.
Yeah, but I feel like, I don't know. I feel like ECW, I don't know.
I feel like
98, but probably
98, 99, maybe, yeah.
Yeah. But not 2006.
I was just going to say, certainly not in 2006.
So BG is an absolute dipshit and says, well, y'all never beat us for anything. And of course, Bubba points out that he's a fucking moron and says, hey, we actually won our first tag team titles from you, you fucking dipshit.
That's true.
You know, Nash says like the thing about like the airport test or wherever, like if they see you in the airport, they should know you're a wrestler. Like I can't think of two individuals who meet that test less than BG and Bubba right here. Like they just look like the most fucking like just dudes.
Bubba looks like a baggage handler, and BG James looks like a fucking asshole.
So then when Brother Ray points out that BG is a moron, he says, oh, well, you didn't sell out Madison Square Garden 40-something times like we did. You ran those bingo halls in front of 350 people.
Right. The New Age Outlaws were the reasons why all those arenas sold out.
Right.
Certainly not Austin and The Rock and Triple H and Undertaker.
Right. They worked a whole like 15 months more as a tag team in WWF than the Dudleys did. So
seems like quite the deal to cut a promo on bingo halls when you're in the impact zone, by the way.
Right.
Yeah, I was trying to say.
They put more people in that fucking bingo hall, you douche.
What an idiot.
It's not a sound stage.
That do-rag is giving me anal cancer.
You know, we're in a very historic building. They used to film Global Guts here. This ain't no bingo hall.
You know, they did editing in Thunder in Paradise in this building.
Yes, in this studio, didn't you know?
Figure it out with that giant brain board was filmed right over there.
Double Dare 2000 was over here. He does talk about the impact zone. He's like, this impact zone is where we get to fighting. So how about we have a match at Sacrifice?
A notable fighting place, the impact zone.
So, Logan, would Sacrifice be timing where Matt and I would typically miss that show, or?
Yes, thankfully.
You would not be there.
Okay, good. So
that is, in fact, the next episode of this podcast.
I will unfortunately inform you that they have the exact same match at the next pay-per-view.
They sure do.
Okay, so that'll be a quarterly appearance that I will not be on.
But here's the thing now. I remember that match at least being entertaining.
So that's why you're appearing tonight, because you're gonna miss your next.
No. I am fully committed. If I can be available, I will be available. That is honestly.
I know, Shawn. It's okay.
That's gonna be Slammiversary, more like a scamiversary.
Although Christian being the Christian watch tonight for the Backdoor Christian pilot we're doing tonight is the real reason I'm here.
Please don't say backdoor Christian. Ever again.
Yeah, see that?
I'll type that in the Bing.
For the love of God.
That sounds wrong on
the Backdoor Christian. Backdoor Christian.
Jesus Christ.
That sounds like a bad country song. Backdoor Christian.
That's not where I was going, but all right.
I think Matt was going with some kind of religious thing happening.
That's
in
the
that.
Mickey James.
A
Right.
little bit.
Yeah. Backdoor Christian.
Please don't do that. That's
There.
much.
Oh my goodness. How many people are they gonna have to like cut their contracts to pay for that pyro that just went off?
I know.
Is Backdoor Christian worse than Hardcore Christian?
It's the sequel song to Sister Christian.
Oh, which is a
No,
great
see,
song.
hardcore Christians complain about Target advertising and stuff like that.
Oh,
Right.
oh.
Does
God,
Shocker have a Monsters University shirt on? What is that?
It's the University apparently.
I thought
Yeah,
the
it
World
literally
Cup was
says
already over.
University.
It does.
I thought we already went through the World Cup in lockdown. We're not done.
That was
No,
just
that
the
was
beginning.
that was just the preview.
Right.
Oh,
There's like
fuck.
6 months of this shit.
I think Shawn has to be the student now. He's getting demoted.
Hey, no, I'm
Because
He's the
tired of
student
this
that
shit.
skips class more often.
He's been demoted.
Right.
I
You
guess
have
I'm
to
not
go.
gonna I
You
guess
have
I
to
have
go
to.
to uni.
I guess I have
you
to give
have
up my
to go to
bachelor's degree in TNA. I'm sorry.
Shawn, how could you forget what happens on these shows? I mean, it's not like it's the same recycled
You know,
thing.
yeah,
over and
because
over again.
since we've doing this pod for the last 20 years, nothing's changed. That's why.
Except for Chris Sabin's hair. That's the main thing that's changed.
Yeah.
Horrifyingly so, I might add.
Is this Puma?
Is
This
that TJP?
Yuma.
Is that TJP?
This is Puma. This is TJP. Yes.
TJP.
Humor.
14-year-old TJP.
So we have this match for 3 points, singles match. And then at the pay-per-view, we will have a singles match between Jushin Thunder Liger and Petey Williams, also for 3 points.
How does TJP represent Mexico?
Because he's a luchador.
Oh, my bad.
And you don't know
Oh, I see.
what nationality he actually is under the mask.
My apologies. Okay.
You know, I hope Chase and Rance never comes back and wrestles Puma in 2006 because that'd be very uncomfortable.
Speaking of backdoor Christian.
Oh, Jesus. I think that might be backdoor Jason.
Oh,
But this is a big... Go ahead. Sorry.
Do they still have the lockdown roof hanging from the ceiling?
I don't know.
I thought I just saw it.
if they tape this the night after, then it's quite possibly because they don't have the budget for people to come in and take that down yet.
Yeah.
You mean the disappointing scaffolding that AJ dropped off of?
Yes.
I still stand by that.
Disappointing
And I
stuff.
heard on the last episode that the comment you made, because I listened to the last episode, you motherfucker. So FYI.
Disappointing
Shawn, that was
scaffolding was
50
my
feet
favorite
in the
Mudvayne
air.
song.
Good on.
Yeah, Don West said it was 50 feet in the air.
Right. He wouldn't lie to us.
It was at 50 feet in the air, and it did not look that great when he did the spot. That's all I'm saying. I get he was up on the air.
What?
And it's supposed to
You're
look
telling me
good
that
how
wasn't
high it
50 feet in the air?
Yeah. Well, it was, but not. Yes, but what I'm
Are
saying
you calling
is
the
not,
late great Don West a liar?
Wow. Why don't you just go piss on his grave?
you know,
Shawn?
hey,
Goddamn.
speaking of AWA 88,
Nobody brought it up. What
if
do
it
you
was
mean,
good enough
speaking
for
of-
Mike Tenay to be in the audience of an episode, I think it's good enough for you guys to do a podcast on it.
Speaking of
Shawn,
this
while
thing,
we're-
nobody fucking
Yeah,
mentioned.
we're talking about
Speaking of
TNA
Mike
pay-per-views. Like,
Tenay.
what was the topic of 88 AWA?
Tell me that wasn't the most random find ever that I shared with you guys. That was pretty damn funny, wasn't it?
That was pretty.
Was he
that
annoying
was
as shit
pretty
in the crowd too?
No, he was taking notes. He was like sitting in there in the crowd. He was literally
That's
taking notes. I mean, I guess he lived in Vegas, right? Or he always has for the most part.
That's the most Mike Tenay thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, he's
Taking
like
notes at a
He's like
fucking
a bookie
AWA
now.
show.
Yeah, he was at the showboat, so he was taking notes. So I guess he was. I don't know.
That's like
That's
his
what he
other
was doing.
job.
He was trying to set up the lines for that Colonel De Beers Wahoo McDaniel match, so he could place a bet.
Okay, there was no Wahoo Colonel De Beers in '88. At least they were there, but they didn't face each other.
He really does do that, right? That's like his second line
Yeah,
of work.
now
like
he
a-
does that for sure.
He's like, yeah, he's like a handicapper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
I just thought that was so fucking random, and it was so like out of nowhere. It's great. Anyway, back to this.
This is actually a big match in the World X Cup because this is for first place because both of these teams won their first match. So
My God, first place. Wow. we should be paying attention then.
And again, what is the ultimate prize here?
a 4-foot trophy, as Don West.
Yes.
Is it the same? Is it the
salad bowl?
I was gonna say, is it the
Salad bowl.
Candido Bowl all over again?
No, it's a gigantic bowling trophy, pretty much. So.
Oh,
Shocker looks like he's dropped some weight, by the way.
shocking.
Cut Jerry Lynn.
Mr. Lethal, watch how he's locking in that submission. You need to watch out for that one.
Man. Jerry Lynn looking much more like the wrestler nowadays than 2006.
I think I'm gonna go get me a nice hot dish after this.
I'm doing my best Randy the Ram impression. Do you like my
Exactly. Yes. Not a bad. Here's the problem. These matches aren't terrible. It's just they're always they do them over and over again, so it doesn't make them special anymore, and that's, I guess, the problem.
You're exactly right. 2.5.
Because it's not bad. It's not bad.
Did I mention my favorite team is the Golden Gophers?
Who's the guy sucking on the water bottle there in the middle?
I believe that is.
What are you watching?
Minoru Tanaka, I think is his name.
Sean's watching Backdoor Christian.
Manure?
God.
Did you say Manure Tanaka?
No, I did not.
Manure.
Manure Tanaka. Okay.
Bobby Heenan.
I, in fact, did not say manure.
You did. You said Manure. You said Manure Tanaka.
I said Manuro.
I didn't hear Uro. I heard Manure.
Well, that sounds like a you problem.
Well, it could be, but I wanted to hear Manure, so that's what I heard.
You wanted to hear manure, a thing that's never been uttered before.
I could really go for a Juicy Lucy, the famous burger from Minnesota.
You guys ever hear of Prince?
Who's the guy next to Manure? The mask guy.
That's
Fertilizer.
Rocky Romero.
Fertilizer.
Janichiro Poo-Poo and Manure Tanaka.
No, it's Junichiro Tenripu.
And that's Rocky Romero.
Yeah, Black Tiger is his actual name.
Brown tiger, because poop.
Yeah, Brown Tiger.
It's kind of like the Naturals and how we relate to them.
And he hit the cradle shock for the win. So the USA is up 5-2 to 0-0.
USA, yeah.
Hang on, let me add that to my scorecard.
Yep.
Got it.
Pull up the
got it.
spreadsheet. Here we go.
Got to get that trophy.
And there,
Very
like I said, Liger and Petey will face each other in a singles match. Then there will be a 16-man gauntlet for
Good
5
God.
points at sacrifice.
Did you say
So,
16?
yes, every member of each team will be in a gauntlet.
I think Petey versus Liger doesn't sound like shit.
Mhm.
So
All right, I got to ask my standby question. Do we know why Jackie's here yet?
No, but she is crying in this interview.
do we
I was
know
gonna
why?
ask-
Do we know why she's crying?
No, we do not.
Did Charlie Haas dump her? Is that why?
We
she's
just don't know anything about her.
I was just
Yeah.
saying, I will say Chris Harris says there's no crying in wrestling.
The short trunks
Which
with the wife
Yeah.
beater is a very
It's a little-
upsetting. It's
Yeah.
a very upsetting wardrobe.
Yeah, that
Bear
is quite the look there on Harris.
Yeah.
It's like big, like drunk dad coming out the bedroom.
Yeah.
He looks like a drunk, abusive husband in a trailer park. Because their tights are white, so they look like whitey tighties.
Oh my God, that shirt.
That's a classic. We see that one all the time.
I know. I'm flabbergasted by it every time I see it.
That's
Hey,
the,
Canadian prick.
So hey, funny
It's the
story.
Ghost
for you guys.
Rider Labradors.
So funny story for Zabisco for you guys. So I know. So 7 Months of Danger. So
Uh-huh.
like RN Pod's doing kind of the same. They're doing the same thing we're doing right now in the same time frame on RN Pod right now, and they just had Medusa on, right? And Medusa and him were telling stories about Zabisco, and RN is not a Zabisco fan, and they were making fun of him. And apparently he just hates life as much as he does on TV. But they started making fun of his shirts. He apparently wore these shirts back then
Oh,
and,
God.
and that was his whole gimmick. And they were dying laughing, making fun of his shirt. So apparently that's a real thing. Are the shirts? So.
I want to wear the ugliest shirts that can be found across the continental United States.
Yeah, so
I like the idea of the
pod.
pod being called Arn Pod.
Right.
Arn pod. The Arn pod.
Arn Podderson.
Or the fact that they call her Deucey on there as well, by the way. They do call her Deucey on the pod. Yeah, that was her nickname, Deucey. And she also tells a fabulous story of Rick Rude smoking pot in the car and her having a contact back.
Jake, go on mute again here in a minute when Nash comes on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
You need to hear this.
Got it.
Everybody else obviously stay on.
So I don't need to mute it when Alex Shelley. I don't need to go.
I'm dying
You're
that all
good.
these guys are still wrestling, by the way.
Right?
And one of these guys is about to wrestle for the tag team titles on Sunday in AEW.
Yeah.
Here you go, Jake. On mute. But basically what Zabisco was saying there is he needs help with Raven. D'Amore offers A1 to face him at the pay-per-view. So that's what.
Oh, of course. Now that's a match for pay-per-view. Raven versus fucking A1.
Especially bloated, blue-haired, out of shape, looks like shit Raven.
The Nash
A1
chart.
has never been good at anything.
The Nash chart is absolutely fantastic.
It's so.
Yeah.
This might be the best thing in all of TNA.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can say that about Nash overall since this show
mean-
started. I mean, there's a case. There really
Now,
is.
had you come up with a Kevin Nash pod there, Shawn, I'd be on board.
There you go.
I almost
Unlike-
did a bump.
Unlike,
That's one of my favorite.
unlike Backdoor Christian.
That one episode where he was so great in that interview. I still pump that.
He has a good batting average on these shows for sure.
He really does.
But he's basically like, my contract runs out on October 7th, so I'm going to take away TNA's identity, and I'm going to destroy the X Division.
Well, you could kind of tell that he doesn't give a fuck. He's just glad that they're paying him.
Yeah.
So, and if anything, that helps things.
Well, that's what I was about to say is like this era of Nash is so great because he just doesn't give a fuck. And TNA clearly is okay with that, which makes it even better.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
I'm going to squash all these vanilla midgets anytime I want to.
Highest drawing champion ever.
Yeah. You might as well make him truly who people thought he was in WCW, where he's making fun of all the midget wrestling. I just think this is fantastic. This is
Just
great.
go with it.
And Shelley just has to sit there and take it.
Yep.
The best thing they could
You
do is,
realize I'm one of those wrestlers, right?
the best thing they could do is put the X Division title on him. That would be even better.
Oh God, that would be
Oh,
great.
that would have been awesome.
What a missed opportunity that
Oh,
is.
that would have been incredible.
No, I know, but come on.
No. I'm just saying, yeah. Yeah, anybody that doesn't know that at this point is, I'm sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
Then all the guys are pissed because you can come back now, Jake.
Nash with a chart. That's Shawn with his AWA. It's him talking about AWA with the graph.
I drew more than Nick Bockwinkel.
Shawn's over there like, AWA 88 is peak wrestling, man. Definitely deserves a pod. So, not quite as good as the last one, but I think that was still pretty good. Don't you think so, Jake?
Yeah, very good. It reminds me of these. Have you ever seen these like DJ Khaled things where he like gives these like insane promos about like he's like, no, I don't lose weight because I don't lose, I only win or whatever. Like it reminds me of that.
Ooh, I like Don changing the colors of his shirt finally.
Take away the
ties
the
that
identity,
ties
then you make the money.
That tie is a double wide though. He needs to fix that.
That thing is an eyesore too. That thing's awful.
Mike today is telling Jake to do an AWA 88 pod right here.
I was in the crowd for one of those. Jake, you need to do that pod.
I got there, Jake. You gotta cover it.
Hey, you want to? Hey, okay, so funny. The video where he was shown in that was right after a Wahoo McDaniel Jay Strongbow match.
Oh, so I was half right.
you were, yes, you were.
Sean's like, what's the guy from Big Lebowski? Walter. He's like, not everything's about fucking Vietnam, Walter. Everything's
Doesn't
fucking
anybody
AWA.
follow the goddamn rules?
Oh my goodness.
Everything's about fucking 88 AWA. God damn it.
You know, I get shit in my head and I can't stop thinking about it until I get it mapped out.
Abyss,
Oh, God.
remember that possession is 9/10 of the law.
Oh, I forgot
Lock
he
him
had
on the
belt.
Tron,
We
like
still have the
gyrating.
belt.
This belt is heavy.
Him fucking dance around with the title. So
Yeah.
I need some more blood of the Audad to be able to hold it up still.
That's why I'm not there with you, Abyss. I'm getting more blood.
Aha!
he looks like he'd be like Steven Seagal's evil twin or something.
His devilish vampirish twin.
Right, like, it's like definitely a Steven Seagal movie, like his evil twin.
Under Siege 4. He's the villain.
Steven, I look forward to seeing you at Thanksgiving.
I believe it was local to me. Steven Seagal was like a police officer or something like that.
Oh, God.
Yeah, he had like a
Oh,
whole
Jesus.
reality
This
show.
is the match we're having?
Mm-hmm.
For fuck's sake. This won't last long.
Yeah, don't worry, he's gonna
Now,
splatter
Shawn,
pee-pee all over.
Shawn, which natural is this?
Hang on.
Shawn, if this doesn't work, I'm gonna need to work on a new intervention strategy.
Well, this is the blonde.
Because this technique is
so
not working.
It's the P one.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
And his last name is?
All right, well,
Okay.
you're coming to summer school.
Remember, the doo-doo one is all D's. It's DDD.
Yeah.
So,
The long E.
what's the other one's last name?
PP used to E.
I forgot.
Rhymes with Flevens.
Oh, Stevens.
There you go.
Yeah.
Chase.
Honestly, I just forgot his name. Period. But it had nothing to do with
I mean,
anything.
that's... Is this a TLC match? What are we doing?
Shawn's
is a-
like PP Rodriguez.
I'm more offended that he's still on my screen.
This is a Full Metal Mayhem preview. So
Oh.
Well, it makes sense
It's
that.
a semi metal mayhem.
So, what's the
This is
reason for the
partial metal
natural to be in
mayhem.
this? Like, why would the natural sign up for this match?
That's a great question.
All right, now if we're gonna start getting into like why wrestling matches are signed, I mean every
He's
like
a tag team
80%.
He's a tag team wrestler.
Look, when Chief
But-
J Strongbow faced Wahoo McDaniel, there was a reason for it
Oh
to
no,
happen.
they're a tag team. They aren't facing each other.
But Doo-doo Douglas got taken out by
Pardon
Steiner.
fucking me. I'll just go sit over here.
I mean,
So
AWA was desperate for tag teams. Let's be real.
Doo-doo was taken out by Scott Steiner, so PP is now in the X division, so he's a single superstar.
Oh, that's
Jesus,
even
that's
worse.
the hell of a thing you just said.
Wow. PP and DD.
Shawn watches basketball. He's like, why are the Pacers? I mean, why are the Pacers even playing the Knicks tonight?
And they're not pacing either. They're running. I don't understand.
What's the story here?
How much longer do we have to see anything to do with the natural zone?
They're not around for much longer, I don't think.
Thank God.
They do get a new manager coming up soon.
Again?
Oh God, they do. That's right.
Is it the ghost of Candido?
Oh, it's not.
No, it's just
Kid.
it's his
He's like
cremated ashes.
Casper.
It's his cremated ashes in a jar.
Is it Shane
Candido
Douglas?
the friendly ghost?
It may be his former compatriot in the Triple Threat.
Mm-hmm.
Candido juice, like he's Beetlejuice.
Well, Candido's dead.
I said I was talking about Candido. I mean Candido's former compatriot in the Triple Threat,
Shane Douglas.
and it's not Bam Bam Bigelow.
Yeah, I was
This
right.
is
It's
so
Shane
fucking
Douglas.
goofy.
I'm aware,
What, the
Shawn.
security-
I
I'm
know,
trying
but
to be.
but I was testing that I am an expert because I knew that.
I was trying to be vague about it.
That
Shawn.
makes
I'm
you a
James
triple threat
Mitchell.
expert, not a TNA expert.
No, but I knew
James
it was
Mitchell
Shane
needs a
Douglas.
lawsuit. The
I-
security is clearly holding Abyss so he can get hit.
Yeah.
But,
I feel
Go.
like I have proven my expertise at this point on that stage.
That one
Good.
security guard looks like Fat Tito Ortiz.
Oh my God, one of them looks like obese Austin Aries too.
Obese Daenerys.
Maybe it is Austin Aries.
Obese Aries.
and Chorito Ortiz.
Oh God.
Oh, it's like
Oh, Jarrett's gonna play Deal or No Deal next. Wow.
Aren't we just talking about Deal or No Deal? Like,
Yeah, on the last
Not one.
episode. Yep.
Oh, is this
Yeah.
where
A lot.
Sting's trying to find his partner deal thing?
Mm-hmm.
Jarrett, open the case.
Like, why wasn't Lex Luger in a wheelchair when he came out in the last episode?
I don't know. He didn't move very well, so he's not far.
Yeah, I
Lex
get it.
Luger,
Sean,
he
you watch
Lex
Bobby's
Luger
World,
never
Sean?
moved well.
What's that?
you ever watch Bobby's World?
I did a little bit.
Yeah.
It was a little
Yep.
past my age, but I did watch a few. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's a good show.
Oh god, it definitely looked like Steiner and Jeff Jarrett were about to kiss there.
It
He looked
sure
like he's pulling him. It definitely pulled him in for a
Your
smooch.
chainmail's caught in my chin
I was
strap.
just wondering. Deal or No Deal, Howie Mandel. So I believe we got into that old connection last time.
We sure
Mhm.
did. And we made fun of the fact that Jerry Lynn sounded like Bobby's mom on Bobby's World. It all tied
yes.
together.
God,
Minnesota.
Don't ya know?
don't you know?
Bobby.
I'm beginning to realize, by all the people I've seen on this show tonight, seeing Sting, seeing Jeff Jarrett, AEW is really just TNA 2023.
You don't say.
Yeah. Holy
I don't
shit!
think I don't know if
Look at
TNA
this
was
cavalcade
Look
of
at
suck
look
behind
this.
Sting.
Good lord.
Good God! Lex Luger
What
just
the
set out.
hell is Luger wearing? Did he just get out of this? Is he like an orderly at an insane asylum?
I was about to say,
I'm
did
telling
he
you,
just
he
come out of
just
the
got
mental
out-
institution?
He was
He
just
just got off
painting
a
a
gurney.
house. He was just painting a house.
He was Pain Buff Bagwell's shirt on.
I love how he came out like trying to flex and everything, and clearly he has nothing to flex left.
Right, like he's got
He
a.
looks
Good
fucking.
God, look at Buff though. Holy
Finally, the totally buff reunion we all wanted, and Rick Steiner's also there.
And Jeff Jarrett looks like a dad who's like going to the spring break parties on Panama City Beach, even though he's 43 years old.
Well, here's what happens to these old timers, right? When they come back, they all wear the white T-shirts to hide the man titties, because that's what Ric Flair did in that final match against Sting. That's what they do. Rick Steiner's wearing one under his leather jacket too.
Yeah,
I'm not going to pick any of these guys, Jarrett. They're all old and decrepit.
I love the effort put into the outfits by Rick Steiner and Lex Luger. They literally just threw on what was in their top drawer or something like that.
Right. Well,
So-
Buff Bagwell still had a career at this point, so.
I don't
So
even remember who his
Yeah.
tag team partner ends up being.
You're
I think
about to
You're about to find out, yeah.
So we have the last couple of weeks we've had Deal or No Deal, where Jarrett could pick one of the tunnels to be Sting's partner, and the three guys on the stage were those three options. And Jeff Jarrett is too smart to play Sting's games, so he did not select any of them. So
Boy, that is aggressively stupid.
so tonight is Sting's pick, but he actually ends up giving Jarrett the pick once again, and Jarrett continues to say he's too smart for him. So
Who's booking this shit?
Well, here comes Kendall Windham to be Sting's partner, coming from the other tunnel.
Hey, Ken Wyndham, also in AWA 88.
Oh, fuck. That one's my fault. I apologize.
So Jeff Jarrett here is basically pointing out how stupid Sting is for all of this. So Sting gets all depressed-y.
I'll call the stupidity a tie here.
Oh my goodness, it's Jake Milliman. He's coming out
Oh
to
my god!
Tommy Jammer, what are you doing here? Oh my God, it's Jerry Blackwell.
Okay, now you're just being stupid. Stop.
Oh, now I'm being stupid. I see.
Jerry Bagwell couldn't even wrestle in 88.
Jerry Bagwell?
Yeah, whatever his name was.
Blackwell.
Yeah, that guy.
Mike, is that Colonel De Beers? You got to be kidding me.
My God,
I know what I'm going to be
rockin'
having after the show. A couple of the beers.
My God, it's rock and roll Buck Zuma.
Haven't seen
Eric
him yet.
Embry.
So Despondent Sting here is reading off facts about who he has chosen as his partner.
God, this is
He
fucking
makes
stupid.
He makes it sound very unimpressive, and towards the end he gets real excited and actually announces who it is.
Is it Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert?
Butch Reed.
Closest. Doug Gilbert, actually.
Oh, it can't be Hot Stuff. He's dead. So
Oh.
Is it the wait? What is it? From Super Clash, the Syrian terrorist or whatever?
Oh God!
is it Al Perez?
No, it's
God, I hope
Adnan
not.
Al Casey.
I'm trying to run down the old guard that Sting used to know back in the day.
Mad Dog Vachon, my God.
Is it the Angel of Death?
Isn't that just
Breakout,
Nikita Koloff?
Breakhouse Brown.
Breakout. Also in AWA.
Oh, finally, the rock and roll RPMs and Jimmy Golden.
I
Here we
just
go.
pulled up the Super Clash card and reached for the Super Clash card.
See, it's contagious. It's starting to happen.
Oh my God, it's Wayne Bloom.
Well, we got to figure out something to talk about besides this stupid shit.
It's Ronnie Garvin.
This won't fucking end.
He
My
poured into
God.
the wrong tunnel.
Oh boy.
These
He
deal or
is
no
the
deals,
undefeated
and they last like 20
No
minutes.
way, really?
Some
I don't
Owen
remember that.
submission machine.
So is this his official face turn?
Sure.
Yeah, for the most part.
See, Jake, we were told you to remember that Jarrett and him had a face-off a couple of weeks ago on the
Face off. Who got whose face?
You told me to remember, but I did not remember.
See, that's why you're still the student.
Wow. Shots fired.
The
Look
thing
at
about
the
the
bright
TNA
side, I'm
stuff
doing-
is like it never. I don't like his smile.
No, he looked very like.
Cartoonish, yeah.
Hey, you know who he looked like right there, Matt? He looked like Gene Simmons in Runaway with that little freaking smirk he did right there.
Hopefully he doesn't have tongue bullets because I'm still upset by that.
But I feel like the TNA like never saves to the hard drive for me, like in my brain. It's always like in the cloud, like never fully like saves.
It's there, but deeply in the distance.
Right. It's very transient. It's like it's in there, but I gotta like dig it up.
It's almost like when they do the same show every week for 3 fucking years, you kind of lose track.
I am so ready for beer and money. Harris needs to leave. I'm ready.
Colonel De Beer's money.
No, beer money.
Well, you still got a while before he. Well, it's not that long.
Oh, he goes to handcuff Don West.
Get off me, Harris!
He tells Mike.
I want
he
Don
said,
to just draw a gun.
Get away from me.
I need Don to just draw a gun on him.
My God, Gail Kim.
Good God.
Gail Kim, Jesus
God.
Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Good Lord, the cameraman's about to stick the camera up her butt too. Jesus. He's like, he's like giddy, he had like a shit-eating grin on his face.
Get the lube!
God, I hate these kids.
Coach Diamore.
Anytime I see anything with Canada, they just.
You're starting to get an aversion to the actual country now. Never mind.
I am. I really am.
Anytime I see a maple leaf, I just get so irrationally angry.
It's just run its course at this point. It's like
No, I agree with you. It definitely has, but I don't get angry at the whole fucking country because of it.
Shawn, breathe. It's almost over. It's almost over.
I mean, I like Bobby Roode. It's not.
Yeah,
Well, there's a
they
reason
just
why
they've had like no real change for like the entire time we've done this.
They haven't done shit. It seems like in like a year and a half.
They won the tag titles at some point in 05, and they've done basically nothing since.
Right.
Because Petey was the champ, and then I think Rude and EY won the
Hey, remember
tag titles.
Remember when Rhino was world champion for like a day and a half, and then they never did anything after that with him?
Mm-hmm. He had the Falls Count Anywhere match with Abyss.
They finally just put Rhino on the shelf in current Impact. So
finally, Jesus.
Matt Macklin took him out.
As I did Macklin murder him. I've been trying to catch up lately.
Apparently, there's a pay-per-view tomorrow night on the Impact.
Yeah, there is. I only know because I saw the ad for it.
I have no idea what's on it, but I apparently.
I believe the main event is Steve Macklin versus PCO in a no holds barred match.
Oh, I'm so over that.
That is correct.
I'm so over PCO at this point too. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's another Canadian, so it makes sense.
Yeah. However, I think. However, I do believe it's Perazo versus Jordan. I believe.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Last chance for Jordan. If she loses, she can't challenge.
Yeah, I think Jordan's on her way out. So.
I think you might be right.
She got somewhere else to go piss herself at. So.
Oh Jesus.
Wow. So am I correct in presuming this is our main event?
That is correct, my friend.
Thank goodness.
Which is Rhino, AJ, and Daniels versus AMW and Bobby Roode.
Mm-hmm.
So the future Beer Money and Chris Harris.
Right.
How do we feel about Samoa Joe? Because I guess you could argue it's an elevation because he's in like a main event deal.
Right.
But
No,
then,
I think it's awesome. I think it's a big.
Hey, you know where else there's a Samoa Joe?
Don't you dare say it.
There is a Samoa Joe in AWA 88. That's no joke, by the way.
that exasperated sigh.
Shawn, I am hanging up on you.
Why? I didn't lie.
I'm
This
just
this AWA propaganda is too much to handle.
I can't help it.
Not everything's about Vietnam, Walter.
It's a movement that fans demanded.
Oh, it's a movement, all right.
It may cause me to have
something
an
in
argument.
something in the bowel variety, I'm thinking.
What if I said to you we could knock that out in 10 episodes tops?
Again, see, look, this is the multi-level marketing right here.
Not if you paid me.
Look, if you just do 10 episodes of AWA Pod.
That's what we should call the
you.
podcast, Podsy Scheme.
Oh God.
Oh no, we're just gonna call it AWA 88.
That's a much less interesting title, but all right.
Not for me. I just think we live in gimmick.
Super Pod 3.
Greg Podney.
God.
Now, Matt, you did turn me on to a match that I watched that was very, very good. So that was an 87. Let's be fair.
I have no idea. What you're
That
talking
1
about.
hour. That 1 hour match.
Oh, yeah,
Fuck.
that was 86, I think.
You're right. It was 86. It was very good.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Look, just for
That's
Shawn, I'm
right.
just gonna read some random AWA 88 show results.
You don't
Baron
need,
Von
you don't
Raschke
need to. I have
and
it all
Wahoo
together
McDaniel
already.
Defeated Sheik Adnan and Soldat Ustinov.
my
AWA
God.
champion Kurt Hennig defeated Greg Gagne via DQ.
That's on the
Nick
watch list.
Kaminsky and Kevin Kelly defeated Tom Zink and Alan West.
That's on the
Sheik
watch
Adnan
list.
defeated Greg. Brian
All on the
Knobs
watch
defeated
list.
Mike Richards. Jerry Saggs defeated Rick
Kevin
Gantner.
Kevin Kelly is nails, right?
Yep.
Yes. By the way, it's only the main event matches on the watch list. It has nothing to do with the jobbers, even though most of them are
only
jobbers.
the main events, yeah.
Yeah, it's like I do. Yeah, it's kind of like I put together like the Danger
Right.
Pod. Yeah. Now I had to look up who Alan West was to make sure he wasn't a jobber.
Good Lord. They ran like every fucking town in the state of Wisconsin. Ladysmith, Wisconsin. Rhinelander,
real place.
Wisconsin. Like they just
These aren't real places.
Yeah, they definitely had an area.
if you go in the AWA 88 war room.
Yeah,
just
it's
like
the area
state
where
of
all the old
Wisconsin
white
covered in pens.
It's the area where all the old white fucks live, Wisconsin.
River Falls, Wisconsin.
Hey,
What's
it's the beer capital of the world. It's Shawn's favorite place.
Racine, Wisconsin.
I've heard of that place.
I feel like you just said racing in like a French accent. Racing.
I mean, Racine.
I've never heard of Ladyfinger, Wisconsin, or whatever the fuck you said.
Ladyfinger. I think that's Goldfinger's partner in crime.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, how about Wahoo McDaniel and Greg Gagne versus Kurt Hennig and Cowboy Bob Orton?
I'd rather eat my own asshole than watch that.
Yeah, that just gave me cancer AIDS.
Bad Company versus Ricky Rice and Mondo Guerrero.
Why would you willingly want to watch this?
Two Rivers, Wisconsin.
Bad Company was Diamond and Tanaka, right?
Yeah. Tijo Khan versus Baron Von Raschke.
They were still rolling him out in 1988. What are we doing?
Ooh, Gore.
I guess he was cheap, probably. Oh yeah, right. There's a wrestling match.
Baron Von Raschke in his prime looked like he was 67
Oh,
years
Logan,
old.
special for you. Jerry the King Lawler defending the AWA World Title against Danger Pod MVP Terry Taylor.
There you go.
It's a main event nowhere in the country.
Greg
Our faces have won,
Guaranteed
by the
3
way.
stars.
I
there.
see that, yes.
But because of a Jackie distraction, and it's sad, but Shawn, do you have any great memories of the run of Jackie Gaeta, as this will be her last appearance for you?
Oh, wow.
I really just want to know why she was crying and why she was here.
we don't know why she's here. Never mind why she's crying.
Okay, yeah, good luck.
Uh-huh. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Good luck.
As quickly as she appeared for no reason, she left for no reason.
That was a real Arachnaman problem you had there.
Godspeed to Jackie. Sorry, I was looking at my AWA watch list.
Shawn, who's Tug Taylor?
Oh boy.
Oh, Tug Taylor. He is Chaz's father.
Wait, Shawn, this is a match for you. Jimmy Valiant and Macho Man Midget defeated Killer Tim Brooks' $1 Million Baby.
Yes,
Shawn,
that is world. Yes.
There is no world where I am watching AWA in 1988.
Yeah,
0.0.
my previous statement that saying I might do it with you.
Absolutely
do you not have trust,
not.
Macho Man Midget.
Do you not have trust in me to only pick the best for you to watch?
No.
They ran that at the Cotton Bowl.
Yes.
4,500 people.
Jerry Lawler. Yes, Jerry Lawler versus Kerry Von Erich was the main event. Correct.
Good God.
In October of '88. Macho Man Midget is not on the watch list. Anyway,
I'm out.
So
no, too late. You already committed. Sorry.
So at Sacrifice, Jackie Gaeta announces that she is pregnant with Charlie Haas's child. So that is the last time that she will.
Charlie.
So Charlie Haas. So sad to see her. Well, Jake, you'll see her one more time, but sad to see her.
Right.
Is it sad?
All right.
But,
are we queuing up the bonus match?
In just a second. So
okay.
Jake, I'll go to you first. What'd you think of that episode?
Kind of sucked a little bit. I don't know.
I mean,
the deal or no deal thing. The deal or no deal thing is like it's so lame, especially like multiple weeks in a row. And it takes up a huge chunk of time. The Joe reveal was okay, I guess, but yeah, and the matches were kind of, to use Shawn's term, they were kind of meh.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Matt, what about you?
Yeah, I agree 100% with what Jake said. This episode kind of bored me to tears, and the deal or no deal thing is fucking stupid. Just announce. You don't need fucking Lex Luger, Buff Bagwell, and Rick Steiner to show up, and then you don't use any of them, which I mean is for the better. But why did you bring them in? Just we're gonna pop a rating, so instead of 7 people watching it, it's gonna be 10 because Lex Luger showed up. No, it's stupid.
And they got that big spike money. They have to use it somehow. What would y'all give it out of 10? I didn't say that, but Matt, what would you give it?
4 sounds good.
All right,
yeah.
Jake, what about you?
3.5.
Oh God! All right, Shawn, what about you?
Why should we talk about this when we talk about Dennis Stamp versus Greg Gagne in 1988?
Oh, shut up!
What is wrong with you? Why are you like this?
No, I would give it probably a 3.5. Yes. This is turning into one big infomercial for me. Sorry,
it really has.
Jesus Christ.
I didn't think
Shawn Popeil over here.
Jerry Lawler won a battle royal for a fur coat is one of the results.
I did not think that the X Division match and the main event were too bad. But,
they weren't. But it's like what I said earlier. It's just like you see the same thing over and over again. It just blends, and
we've seen it 1,000 times.
And they're not bad, but because we've seen it so much, we just can't distinguish what's good and bad anymore, and that's the problem for me.
We talked about 1988 AWA for half of the fucking episode. That tells you all you need to know.
To be fair, totally probably would have done. Shaw would have been doing that if this was like the greatest Impact ever. So
that is not true. Not true.
Anyways, I will go 5 out of 10 because I thought it was all right outside of the let's make a deal thing.
You are very wrong.
What a mock.
I went like a 1.5 more than you did. Fuck it. So anyways, before we get to our bonus match, I'm going to run through the sacrifice card.
Uh-huh.
We have Jushin Thunder Liger versus Petey Williams. And,
sounds okay.
The 3-point World X Cup match. America's Most Wanted versus AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels. Raven versus A1 with Larry Zbyszko.
Oh,
A1's
fuck off.
Good Lord.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Good,
Bobby
have fun with that one.
Bobby Roode versus Rhino.
Mm-hmm.
James Gang versus Team 3D in the Legends match.
Nope. Thank you.
We have our 16-man World X Cup Gauntlet. Sting and Samoa Joe versus Jeff Jarrett and Scott Steiner. And then we have Full Metal Mayhem for the NWA World Title, Christian Cage versus Abyss.
There's
So,
hope in there. There's some things in there that could
There's hope.
it definitely could be solid. So
There's always hope.
we'll see how it goes. But that's the Sacrifice 2006 card. And as we've said, we have a bonus match tonight. It happened the night after this Impact episode aired. It is an ROH match. Christian made a trip over to ROH, and he is going to team with Colt Cabana versus Bryan Danielson and Christopher Daniels. So,
wow.
Pretty interesting matchup. Not one that I knew existed, but Mr. Souza found it for us, and we are going to watch it up and pull it up real quick. I got an ad, so we're going to get
it is on the YouTube machine.
Good
if you
God,
wish to
29 minutes?
Oh, God. There we go.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm sure
Matt. Good job, Matt.
Yeah, damn it.
It's
Well, no,
not,
I mean, it could
it's
be
not
much worse.
AWA 1988.
Listen,
so I
it
guess
could
I'll
be
go
a
for
lot. It could be a lot worse. I mean, at least freaking Danielson's in it, and Daniels.
Look, we could be watching another episode of Impact. Think about that.
I mean, this could be YouTube roulette. It's 29 minutes, so we know it's gonna be
Highway to the
violent.
YouTube zone. Here we go.
Yes.
All right.
What a bunch of great marketing we're doing tonight for pods, by the
I
way.
don't know.
So,
Does everybody have it pulled up?
yes.
Yes.
I have ready.
All right. We will hit play in 3, 2, 1.
This is
Ring of Honor
Wrestling.
All right, we need to get this because we need our thousands of listeners to give us feedback. Has anyone out there? We had this debate before we started the show because Shawn called it row, and we questioned that anyone had ever used that term before to call in regards to ROH, Ring of Honor. So if you call it row, let us know.
I'm sure people will get right on that, Jake.
Crickets.
Yeah, hit us up on tout. Should be a comment on my Zanga post.
Yeah,
When-
yes.
I honestly thought
Send me a vine.
back in the day when people people referred to it as row on occasion. That's all I'm saying.
They were
Just
talking
like
about
people-
Raymond Rowe.
Just like people called the AWA Awa back in the day.
They did. Yes.
Awa, 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 awa.
So Matt, is there any context to why Christian was here? Was there like just
I feel like it was just like a random one-off thing, because this is like a couple of days before Sacrifice, right, Logan? I
Yeah,
know
this
you-
is May 12th, so this would be the Friday before Sacrifice. So Sacrifice will be 2 days later on the Sunday. So
and yeah,
I wanna
Daniels. Yeah, it's just.
I
Weird.
want to say he makes one more appearance in the summer, but yeah, it's not much.
I think it's 3 appearances total that he has here.
Is it?
I think.
they named the show after him, so I'm guessing this was kind of based around
What?
him.
The
It's
Captain
called
Charisma.
it's called ROH How We Roll. So this is,
ROH
Row-
backdoor Christian.
Row how we roll. It's row how we roll.
yeah, Row How We Roll. Sorry, I fucked
Roll
that
out
up.
ROHLL.
God, that just gave me cancer. H. You
Yeah.
figuring that out?
It is weird though that it's just seemingly like a random one-off.
Yeah.
And can
I mean,
anyone
I guess-
explain to me? Sorry, Matt. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say. I mean, Bryan was the world champion here, so they had the NWA versus ROH champion in this match, so maybe
That
that
is
had something to do with it. But
Kind of a big deal, right? I mean, you would think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cabana's really like the outlier in this, I feel like,
Well-
but I think he was probably a big deal at this point.
That's where I was
Yeah.
going to go with it. Could someone explain to me Colt Cabana? Because I've never really got it.
I mean, he was feuding with Bryan throughout this year. Like it was one of
Oh,
Bryan's
okay.
lesser. It was one of his lesser feuds throughout the year, but he was feuding with him. They had a couple of title matches.
But Cabana as a whole. Oh, now I got a commercial already. Wow.
Same.
I started with a commercial, so
Yeah, I did too.
All right, I'm back in.
I got one of 2 ads, so.
All right, so I'm gonna run down the rest of the card for this show. The opener was Matt Seidel versus Jimmy Yang. We had Delirious versus Kikutaro and Nigel McGuinness. An ROH Tag Team Title #1 contendership match between the Embassy of Alex Shelley and Jimmy Rave, where they defeated the Rottweilers of Homicide and Ricky Reyes.
My goodness.
We had the Kings of Wrestling, Chris Hero, and Claudio Castagnoli versus Adam Pearce and BJ Whitmer. Samoa Joe defeated Apocalypse.
Who?
Apocalypse.
Who was that?
I think it was. I think that was like a jobber they used.
Wow.
Mark Briscoe beat Roddy Strong. Jay Briscoe beat Austin Aries, and then this is the main event.
Huh. So again, going back to Cabana, I've just never understood him in general as a. I just don't see what the big deal is.
Apocalypse is the future Rick Victor from the Squinchin.
Oh God.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot. It seems like such a long time ago for him to be
really.
A Jake Williams favorite, Victor.
False.
He was a
Is he still?
He was a spry 13 for that.
Is he still signed to Current Day Impact, or is he already gone, Logan?
No, that's Connor. Connor's an Impact.
Is he still there?
Yeah, Connor is there. Yes, he's with Diener. He's in the design.
I
didn't understand half of those words.
I haven't watched Current Day
Diener.
Impact in quite a while.
I think I'm not kidding, Shawn. I think the last Impact thing I watched was that the last pod we did.
Well, once my boy went on the shelf, I kind of quit watching. So.
Oh, that's not true. I watched that show you went to Mania weekend. I watched that one.
Yeah.
What was it? With that tag? Yeah.
By the way, the last Multiverse show is now on the app. The one that you just did.
Good Lord. That show is actually really good.
It's
What's
on
app?
the app now.
Is it on Impact or Fight?
It's on the Impact app now.
I'm never gonna use Impact. I barely use it now.
But it's on there now. It's free. So
It is very good for.
Yeah, I heard it was pretty good. But the app sucks so much shit that I'll never use it.
That's true.
I mean, this hasn't been bad.
Well,
Christian hasn't been in yet. Give it a minute.
See, I don't understand the Christian hate. I mean, he deserves his own solo pod.
I would do 1,000 AW88 pods before I do a Christian pod.
Oh, I think I'm the exact opposite.
Remember what you said.
So
You don't even have to do 1,000. Remember, it's only 10.
listen to what Victor's most recent match was. He wrestled on February 25th, 2022 for Outlaw Wrestling in New York City at Bayshore Brewery. The ascension of Big Con and Vic took on the Rock and Roll Express of Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson.
You had me at brewery.
What a match to go out on, huh?
You'd have to be drinking to enjoy that match.
I mean, what's the beer options there? I mean, that would probably make a difference for me.
I don't
Stella.
know. You'd have to look up Bayshore.
Yeah, no, Stella would not get me in the building, Matt. Sorry.
Yeah, he's not Pete.
What about the best of Milwaukee? Would that get you there?
No, it'd have to have some fancy name.
The best of Milwaukee.
What about the best of? What about the best of? What's one of these Wisconsin towns?
He's still going.
Ladyfinger. Ladyfinger was.
Well, what made Ladyfinger famous?
Ladyfinger's best. Well, there's a joke somewhere in there.
Ew.
What about Mickey's? Would Mickey's get you in the building?
How about Brandy May versus Debbie Combs?
I'm sorry, what? Oh, we're back on AWA because of course we are.
Debbie Combs, good God.
Debbie Combs and Medusa Michelli. Okay, no, nothing there. All right.
I refuse to talk about Medusa because she said that Trish ruined.
I've been refusing to talk about AWA this
All right,
whole time.
last
That
one.
didn't fucking work.
Greg Gagne and Jerry Lawler versus Mr. Saito and Ricky Choshu.
Sounds miserable because Greg Gagne's in it.
Well, in Japan, because Logan hates all things Japan. So.
Did he wrestle in his sweater vest?
You must not listen to the Starflation podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Update on the match. They are working a lot of holes.
They are. It's just kind of like, yeah.
30 minutes. They gotta. You know.
Yeah, they gotta fill time, guys.
And it really hasn't. There's been no Christian or Daniel.
Kind of like what we're doing on this podcast. But
Daniel started the match, Shawn.
Yeah, Daniels is in there.
Yeah, not really.
Christian is on.
What do you mean, not really?
It's kind of like that guy who didn't do that German suplex on the upcoming YouTube roulette.
He did it.
I know he did.
You went back.
What do you mean by upcoming?
Well,
Upcoming.
I'm really not sure when
3
it's
months.
airing. So
Yeah. When that comes out in February.
Upcoming that may never air.
God
It
damn,
comes
how
out
many
in
ads am I
February.
going to get tonight? Jesus Christ.
It's because you're talking about AWA.
We worked ourselves into a shoot with the whole "this pod's never coming out" thing.
Finally.
I
Saying it for years, it finally happened.
I just got another ad.
Same.
I haven't
ROH is
It's not
Bro's
even letting me
getting their
skip
money out of this shit. God damn.
Not even let me skip the ads.
Oh, I got Monster Energy Drink, Strawberry Dreams Monster Energy Drink.
Yeah, there you go.
Do you remember when we used to get ads and
flavor,
they used
check
to
it
be
out.
on ads in our videos and they used to be like the Japanese ones that were really funny? You remember those YouTube roulette ones? Yeah.
That was the greatest
that was-
episode of YouTube Roulette.
Yes, it was.
All right, here's Christian to save these talentless hacks.
Boy, he has done jack fucking shit.
This TNA run is like, I've always considered myself kind of a Christian fan. Like,
I feel like it gets
people-
better though,
Mhm.
Jake. I do. I really
It
do
really
think it
does.
gets better. I really do think it gets better.
I've heard that before.
No, but when
Right.
he turns heel, it's better.
I mean, the heel. He has always been better as a heel than a face.
Like honestly, and God, I'm gonna regret saying this. I know it
Uh-huh.
because I feel like his run with Tomko and AJ and those three together is pretty fucking great in terms
Yeah.
of just them as a group. And if I regret that, I'll admit it later. But I
mean,
always
it's
remember.
TNA, so I'm at the point where I just
I know.
assume. it's
But I
TNA
always
until
remember
they
being
prove
very
me otherwise.
fond of the three of them together. I just remember that. So.
Mhm.
And I,
He
you,
needs
I probably
better-
lost you.
He
I
needs
probably
better
lost you.
gear.
I probably lost you at Tomko in that.
He
by
needs
the
a
way.
better everything.
Yeah, I was gonna say Jake Tomko comes in eventually, in case you didn't know.
But he's not terrible in it. I don't remember him being terrible in it. But who knows?
Nah, you're right.
Well, there's only one
it
way
is
to
because
find
he's
out.
a fake. He says he just talks like a heel, so it comes off as just douchey, and it's not supposed to.
A spoiler alert: him and AJ together are awesome. By the way, him and Tomko. Just saying. So
Christian looks huge next to Daniels here.
He really does.
He really does.
he's on the juice.
Christian
He's kind of a
McBride.
low key bigger guy than you would think too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's 6'6", 275 current
Yeah.
day, so that's
He's sneaky big.
Good
pretty
lord.
pretty big boy.
So again, who's the face? Who's the heel here?
Bryan was always the heel when he was champion in ROH for the most. He was like the heel that people cheered anyway, but he was technically the heel.
He is such a fantastic heel, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Except
Especially
in
when,
his current, except in his current run, because he's just a
well,
douchebag.
and when he's not feuding with Kofi Kingston, so
I'll ignore that.
you can ignore it all you want. Still makes me angry.
Hates the Bryan Kofi match. Loves the AWA 1980.
I never said no.
Still makes
I never,
me angry.
I never said I love the AWA 88. It's just a very interesting point of time, is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because it really is truly the downfall. No,
It's as interesting as a
No.
thumbnail
No.
under my toenail.
no, for the time period, it's the downfall of a major promotion, and then literally the year after, World Class goes under, and then the whole USW. It's like a really interesting time frame if you were around. That's all I'm saying.
Why do you think they went under?
But to go back and see the why is interesting. That's all I'm saying.
I could tell you the
defeated
why, so you don't
Bambi.
have to do a podcast.
Gary Young defeated Ron Bruce.
Gary
Tale
Young
his
is-
oldest time.
I can tell you the why, so you don't
Shakespeare.
have to do a 15 episode
Hey,
podcast.
after AWA 88, we're gonna go back and revisit USWA. We're gonna do that too. So definitely.
Let me know when you
I
go
love
back and
being
visit.
signed up for these pods.
By the way, none of them have come to fruition yet. So what are you worried about?
Let me know when you go back and revisit that promotion that you watched, that Tito Santana Bob Orton match.
Oh, that'll never happen. I promise you, that's never coming.
What was the name of that promotion? It was like
AWF
AAW or something.
AWF.
Oh, AWF, that's what it was.
No, we're gonna revisit that promotion where Tully Blanchard and Buddy Landell had that 40-minute match at the racetrack.
Come on, Logan, you don't remember Off?
Such a... That's the German. It's a German federation. Oh,
It's a cough-based wrestling promotion.
All I know
I was
about
thinking-
German wrestling is Otto Vons or whatever all those guys always talk about.
has a great
Working
match.
for Otto Vons.
Has great matches with Bockwinkel and Vader, by the way.
Who, out of months?
In the AWA, former AWA world champion, yes.
It always fucking comes back to the other way.
Otto Vance was a former
AWA.
AWA world champion.
God damn it.
He defeated Nick Bockwinkel for the AWA world title.
And Jim Carrey was in Man on the Moon.
Yeah.
Jerry Lawler, who wrestled.
Hey,
All right.
Matt, welcome to 6 Degrees of AWA.
Now, how does this all connect to Kevin Bacon?
Ooh, you gave me a challenge. Let me think through that for a second.
Jesus.
Okay,
Look, at least it'll get him to stop talking about the AWA.
No, it won't.
my God, it was in Hollow Man with Kevin Bacon.
No.
Colonel
Vern
De Beers
Gagne
was
was
a wild
also a
thing.
hollow man.
Kerry Von Erich had a foot loose, so therefore that connects him to Kevin Bacon.
Here we go. Jim Carrey was in Me, Myself, and Irene with Renee Zellweger. Renee Zellweger.
I meant Jerry Lawler to Kevin Bacon. Oh, you did say.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. So wait a minute. Hang on. Let me rethink this. So, wait, what was the question again?
I have no fucking
Jerry
idea.
Lawler to Kevin Bacon, I think, is what it was.
Jerry Lawler. Okay, to Kevin Bacon. So I was gonna go with A Few Good Men with Tom Cruise. Then I was gonna go to Renee Zellweger, who was with Tom Cruise and Jerry Maguire. Then Renee Zellweger, her to
Who?
Myself and I. Yeah, Renee Zellweger.
Yeah.
And then I was gonna go with her, with Me, Myself, Irene, with Carrie. Then Carrie with Lawler in Man in the Moon, who Lawler was the AWA World Champion. There you go.
Where's Kevin Bacon fall in this?
I was going to get Kevin Bacon in A Few Good Men with Tom Cruise. So there you go. Mission accomplished.
How many degrees was that?
It was about 6.
I don't know how to count.
Just give me credit for my greatness, Matt. Move on.
All right, fine.
Or not. And just let's just shit all over it and move on.
I don't know how to count or read. Oh, God.
Neither can I.
Clearly.
Yeah. I think we should change Steiner math to Shawn math.
Kid math.
Boy, this match.
Yeah.
Todd St. Clair is looking extra obese in this match.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
St. Clair catching strays.
Yeah.
Welcome to fat shaming in the highway.
Highway to the row zone.
Jesus.
row your boat, our hitch podcast.
I think due to the less than enthusiastic views of tonight's Impact episode, we might forego awards tonight. So we will just do plugs after this match.
Spoiler, it all sucked.
No, that's not true.
One episode is tough.
Yeah.
I really think this has been the pilot episode for AWA 88.
When we watched nothing about anybody that was in AWA and AWA.
Yeah.
What's an A? Sorry.
Oh my God, I got another fucking commercial. This is unbelievable.
It's because you keep talking about the AWA.
No, it's not, because you picked a 29-minute fucking match.
I haven't gotten one ad yet.
You got one at the beginning.
I got one at the beginning. And as soon as I say that, now I get one. God damn it.
Oh, I got another one.
Karma, motherfucker.
Yeah.
ROH just getting their scratch.
I blame Colt Cabana.
Oh, and it's an unskippable. Fantastic.
All of mine have been.
But all of mine have been skippable, so.
Volkswagen.
It might have been skippable, but it's like the double ad.
Yeah, it's like you have to watch the whole one, and then the second one is skippable after 5 seconds.
I got a double unskippable there.
Have you guys got to the part with Bryan where he did like the surfboard and he like did the rock?
That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at now.
That looked like it hurt.
Yeah, this has been my favorite part of the match thus far.
Same. That's why I cringed when he did it. That looked brutal. Of all the things to pop for, that's what we pop for.
I mean, it's been the one high spot of the match. So.
Imagine that. You make something look good and we pop for it.
Weird. And notice it's not Christian in the ring that's doing.
They have been working at a leisurely pace, I have to say.
Glacial.
Well, they got to get their money's worth out of Christian's appearance in Raw.
Yeah, his 2 minutes in the match were really.
So
I mean,
Cabana in about a year signs with WWE. So
how'd that work out for him?
Not too well.
How long till Chris Harris signs with him too?
Oh God, I think that's an 08. So
worked out well for him too.
Yeah.
Isn't there a pod that covers that too?
What?
Chris Harris.
Chris Harris?
ECW.
Oh God, no. Well, I mean,
it's a short podcast.
I'm sure Crooney and Steve Riddle will talk about it for the 2 weeks he's on. But
that's where I was going with it. That's where I was. Yeah.
Well, yeah, they'll talk about it.
Aren't they only on episode number 3 of that pod, and it's been on for 3 years or something?
That's not even close to true.
Okay.
No,
Right.
that is the ultimate swing and a miss.
Okay, all right.
Good Lord. So I need to compose myself and stop laughing. Serious, Bob.
How many episodes are they in that pod now?
I don't know. I'm not on it.
Something like that.
Are they really? I legit had no idea they were that.
You don't listen to podcasts anymore.
No,
So.
I do actually.
His Nation Invasion podcast has made it to episode 5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know that one.
Maybe that's what you're thinking of.
I do like that one. That's a good one. That's one of the time frames I actually like, unlike the Attitude Era. So
right, it's right up there with the AWA 1988.
No, it's just a different era that I think gets shit on for no reason, just because of the gimmick itself. I think there's some good shit in it, though.
Oh boy, Chris Colo strikes again. He has 2 episode 23, so.
That's okay. I noticed on the last Danger Pod that we did it, I said episode 21 versus episode 20, so it's all good.
Yep.
Seems to be the thing with math and numbers lately.
They have made it to May 1st and 8th of 2007, so.
Oh, cool. Okay. Danielson's a stiff fucker, man.
Extreme Resurrection here on
7's pretty close to 8, just like
Yeah.
AWA 88.
Yeah. There you go, Jake. Now you're getting it.
They're hot and heavy into the big Bobby Lashley, Mr. McMahon feud, so.
Oh, yeah, it sucks.
Wow. Just like the AWA 1988, which you could hear Shawn talk about on his future
I'm
podcast.
telling you, there's some good stuff in AWA 88, guys.
Don't believe you.
Oh, Jesus.
It's just like anything else. There is shit, but there is good. I need to go back and watch more of Danielson in Ring of Honor because I haven't watched a whole lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
Same. I haven't watched a lot of Ring of Honor in general.
And I have the Ring of Honor, like the subscription, and I've been paying for it, and I've watched a jack shit.
Yeah.
I know. I need to do it too. I need to go back and watch the Prime stuff.
Yeah.
Like Danielson, I need to go back and watch McGuinness.
The only problem with Honor Club is it's real spotty.
Well, they have all the big shows though on there now that you can go
they've
back
been
and watch.
better at it.
Yeah, it's much better now.
It has gotten better, but the first round was awful.
Well, I will tell you, the earlier stuff is still wonky though. Like this Danielson period is still not real well put together. The Steen stuff is amazing. Going back and watching that time frame has been really cool. I did watch some of that.
Mm-hmm.
With him and Cornette is amazing. So.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what's on those shows though? I find a lot of filler, like the stuff in between on some of those shows, just bores the fuck out of me.
Mm-hmm.
So, like this match.
Oh,
I mean,
with the exception of when Danielson's in.
I get why Christian hasn't been in it because he's got a pay-per-view main event in 2 days, but for the other
you know what?
guys,
But they're gonna do the tag, and he's gonna be like the freaking hot tag, and it's gonna be like a wet fart in church for me. I think.
a Christian wet fart in church.
Boy,
Yeah.
the irony.
This is just built like no momentum for a half-hour match.
Boy, I'm really not appealing to our church crowd this evening, am I?
It's probably...
Backdoor Christians.
Oh yeah, all those notable churchgoers who listen to this podcast.
I'm sure this is another 4.5 in true YouTube roulette style here. This is probably like a 4.5 star match that we're.
See, I feel like this one is rated properly, if I remember correctly.
Gotcha.
I do think on a YouTube roulette, and hopefully I can make like one soon again because I really had a good time on the last one, even though you guys treated me like shit.
Oh God.
Because I can't count, and I really fucked up really big time on it. But I deserved it, by the way. I think we need like I would love.
That's quite a journey we just went on right there.
Yeah, I would really like us to find like matches that look really, really great on paper and watch them to see if they really are that great versus.
Haven't we done that?
No, man. I feel like we always pick ones that we are either they're going to be meh or I don't know.
How dare you? I'm going to pick the greatest match of all time on the next episode just for you, Shawn.
This would be one.
Greg Gagne versus
Like, if you just put where we're at in the match on
another goddamn
back to this, what would you guess at what point the match this was? You'd be like, well, this is in the first.
I just looked
minutes.
and I was aghast.
Right, like
where are we at? Like 10 minutes?
No.
It's kind of picking up with the spear, but
I've got another ad.
Oh.
What if I said there's 5 minutes left of this match?
Yeah, I get it.
right, it's just kind of, and I get it. You can't go like
But 20
balls
minutes
to
of
wall
them.
for 30
But
minutes,
20
but-
minutes of them have been beating up Cabana.
It's very.
Oh
it's
my
very.
god, that moonsault!
Jesus.
Yes.
Yeah, he almost savagely undershot that.
It's very house show.
Yeah, that's fair. It is house show.
Come on, guys, this is how we roll.
And you're right. Christian's only going to do so much with a pay-per-view coming up in the next
Right.
few days. And to be fair, Danielson too. So.
He's got a big match with Abyss.
Oh my God, I love that fucking. I love the freaking. He just does such simple stuff that is just awesome.
Like, I almost wonder if the plan was to build to a match between these two, but it never happened for whatever reason. Between Bryan and Christian.
It could have been a title
Probably 'cause
unification
Christian said,
match,
fuck it.
just like Von Erich versus Lawler in AWA. Sorry.
I'm going to bed.
You have to give me credit for my masterful pimping. I think I've done a really good job of it.
Yeah, sure, that's the word for it, sure.
Masterful pimping. That sure is a thing you just said.
I think I feel like I've
What are you
been.
doing?
That was,
Masterful pimp.
That was Master P's full name, actually.
Masterful pimping ain't easy, man.
This is gonna end up like a schmaz ending too, isn't it?
Face is a schmaz ending.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Going 29 minutes, and we're gonna end up with like no real finish.
Your face.
Or Christian is gonna win one way or the other. I'm no selling what you just said, by the way.
It's fine. I still said it. Just because you know soul, it doesn't mean I didn't say it.
You wonder why I'm mean to you people.
You people. Wow.
I do kind of like the presentation of these ROH shows.
Mhm.
Like,
It's very.
I will say
simple.
the YouTube thing, the little sidebars give me cancer aids.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do bug me a little bit.
they're very overbearing, yeah.
Tap.
But just like I guess because I'm so used to seeing wrestling shows that are just so bright and like
Mhm.
searing to the eyes that I kind of like the dim look.
There's a very raw feel here at Row.
Very NWA. Very NWA 23.
Monday Night Raw?
This over?
No.
Oh.
They both got to the ropes. Or Christian did.
Is
Do
this
you
over?
spell
Ow.
Wow, Christian has really done absolutely jack fucking shit this whole match.
No.
He sold for Danielson. I feel
Okay, but he didn't really have to
And
do
then he
anything.
did.
All he had to do was lay there. That's all he
I mean,
had to do.
he's not going to take a massive bump when he's in a fucking war with Abyss in 2 days.
Yeah.
he's got to wrestle Abyss.
Danielson's the only
And Full
one
Metal
that's
Mayhem,
done
no
much
less.
that stood out in this match.
Oh!
It is
Okay.
tables, ladders, chairs, and chains.
Oh my.
Oh. All right. That was a nice little combo there with the moonsault and the headbutt.
So Tiffany Stratton of NXT does the best moonsault ever as her finisher, but she calls it the prettiest moonsault ever. So
She does do a good moonsault.
it is pretty solid. I won't lie.
I'll have to take your word for it.
So is my penis when she does it. Oh,
Jesus. God almighty.
that was my shift tribute.
You know what else is surprisingly solid? The AWA in 1988.
Oh, God, not you two.
Quality promotion.
We've activated
Speaking of
Jake.
Tiffany Stratton, her father Bob was in AWA in 1988.
That would not surprise me, Bob.
I can't tell
Bothered
if
me
you're
this
kidding or
whole
not.
match. that Cabana and Daniels have seemed like they would have tights like they're partners, but they're against each other. It's like breaking my brain.
I have enjoyed the last like 3 minutes or so.
You could call them Cabaniels.
Cabaniels.
Yeah, it's
Boy, that was a term.
Or Dan Bannon.
Dan Bannon.
Dan Bannon.
Wasn't he in Hulk?
That's like that Roseanne Rodana, or whatever it was in SNL.
I'm sorry.
The Fallen Cabangel.
Oh God.
Oh, I got myself with that one.
Cabaniels.
Yeah, they're picking it up here in the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not. That's the 3-4 minutes have been really good.
If only this was a 15-minute match, this would be really good.
Ooh,
and Daniels is going to take the L.
But they also didn't even like ebb and flow. Like they didn't even have.
Right.
You know, I get you got to slow down a 30-minute match, but they didn't even have like.
Danielson said, "Fuck it." He's not.
Daniels. Yeah, what was that all about?
Yeah. Oh.
It's like fuck off.
He said, "Screw you, Daniels."
Man, if they had cut that match down to 15, it probably would have been good.
Yeah.
Or just like ebb and flow and have more sequences like this throughout, like spattered throughout the match to keep you in it.
Yeah. But yeah, the last 4 to 5 minutes was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Sean, what would you go on it?
Oh, you know what? I think I'm gonna have to go the token 2.5.
Matt, what would you go on it?
He nailed it. 2.5.
Jake.
Can't fucking escape it on this show.
I'm gonna drop it to 2 just for the length.
Wow.
Because it's just too long.
What a bummer. I'd go 3 on it.
Really? Seriously? Oh, that's not too bad. It's the same.
It had a pretty solid ending. So
that's like saying a gentleman's 2 for TNA, so you're fine.
Recency bias, because we're forgetting the 23 minutes it took them of where they just didn't do anything.
Just like the AWA 1988 30-minute match that takes 23 minutes to get going.
That was a pretty long match, so I'll go 2 3/4.
If it were 15, Logan, if it were 15, I might have gone 3 1/4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's too long for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, like I said, we're gonna skip awards tonight. So, Jake, what you have to plug?
Ruthlessly Aggressive, as always. We're now into the next TV cycle, heading to Judgment Day. Scott Shiflett, our good pals, joining me for this little run. We have a new YouTube roulette that will come out at some point in 2023, presumably.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what happens with that. And I think that's
I got you.
I'm good.
I'm good. God, it will not have come out by the time we record our next episode, so you can do the same skittish plug that time too.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Matt, what about you?
We got the Extreme 3-Way Dance over on the North-South Connection, where we go through ECW. We're in 1998, so check that out. Also on that feed, you can find me on GC Dub, a game-changing podcast with Jennifer Smith, where we go through the world of Game Changer Wrestling. And speaking of Jenny, I was a guest on You Heard About Pluto, where we watched Iron Chef, and we were both mortified, so give that a listen too. And find me on Twitter at msouza1991.
Yeah, that Pluto was a very good listen. Very batshit, I will say for sure. But Shawn, what about you?
AWA 88. No, I'm kidding. 7 Months of Danger on the North-South feed. By the time this comes out, I believe we are going to be dropping episode 21, which leaves us on the final 3 episodes of the pod on the Dangerous Alliance journey. Unfortunately, one of our members has been suspended, but more coming on that. We will have a special guest star on the episode of that pod. Someone's laugh might have gotten him in trouble on that episode too. But so that person might be on this show tonight, but he will not be on the next episode of 7 Months of Danger. So we have a special guest, and I know Mr. Souza is a big fan of that special guest, aren't you, Matt?
Mm-hmm. The biggest.
The biggest, absolutely. And then the other one for me, NWA Crock and Roll will be coming back with Matt and I'm not Matt, Schiff and Logan will be joining me on the relaunch of that. Matt will probably appear on that at some point, just not on the first relaunch. So please give that a listen when we relaunch it. We'll be recording the first relaunch episode in June. So those will be the 2.
I'm sure that guest star will be wonderful beyond his years. See what I did there? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we'll probably talk about how the show was renewed for the 6th fucking season. But anyway, sneak peek.
Yeah, that is true. Sneak peek. But as far as pods that I have that they have not mentioned on the Place to Be Nation Wrestling feed, I've got Chicken Salad, Starflation, and Who's Next. On the North-South Connection, I have Talking Docs with Jennifer Smith and Roger Morissette talking about documentaries, and just a cavalcade of other guest spots that I will do every now and then. But as always, listen to all the feeds, check out everything, Pop Feed, Wrestling Feed, and North-South Connection. Everybody's doing great stuff, and they're all great people. But thank you, as always, for joining us, and we will see you at Sacrifice.
I gotta have faith.